for speed! Go!
Everybody, welcome to Cocktail Time here at 4-Player Network. It is Sunday night, which means it is time to do that thing we love to do, which is drink alcoholic beverages and talk to each other about video games. It's the best time of the weekend. We like to think it's the best time of the weekend, but Saturday night is probably the best time of the weekend. I don't know.
It's usually true.
Everybody, welcome to Cocktail Time over here at 4-Player Network. I'm your host of Cocktail Time, Joseph Christ, and with me tonight is Bob Webb, as per usual.
Hello.
And tonight, we're having Jeff on, all the way from Boston.
Garbage.
Garbage
town.
Full of garbage.
Garbage town.
Boston, a place we hope to be going to in a couple of months, I guess.
Couple of months.
That's true.
If all goes well.
Yeah, March.
March. I thought it was April for a second.
It was last
year. It's coming up faster than I think we'd like to admit.
Way faster.
Because we're only semi-prepared. Which is
I don't think you're ever really truly prepared for PAX.
We're ready.
That's true. You're never really prepared for PAX. Even like you really kind of get your bearings on that first day.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's kind of like, all right, well, we'll talk about it, and then we'll just kind of get an idea, and then we'll show up.
Well, yeah, like a lot of our stuff is kind of planned on the first day, where it's just like, oh, hey, we need to go and try to make sure we get some interviews with some people and run around the floor because, see if there's any kind of behind closed doors bullshit, because we don't usually get invited into all that shit. So,
well, the thing is, usually we have a basic idea of kind of what's going on, but,
Guys, you're giving it all away. All
the trade secrets.
Out the window. All the poor planning that the site has is just being put out there for the subscribers to revel in.
The fact is that there are no secrets. It's all just a big mistake. Yeah. It's all just like a big mistake that just kind of fumbles toward the finish line.
We fucking wing it all. Everything gets wung around here.
We just wing our wings everywhere, and eventually a site we get we just wing our wings around, and somehow site content gets put up. I don't, Except for the writers who don't have wings, and they actually put up better content, I think. So,
yeah, they do.
They got for our female writers. All right, let's do our toasts of the week. Jeff, since it's your first time, but you've been on since your show, 2013. Why don't you start us up? What are you drinking, and what's your toast of the week?
I'm drinking a Guinness out of my wonderful. Can you guys see that?
What is
it? Patty's Irish Cup.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's the worst bar in Philadelphia.
Nice.
You know what I'm talking about if you watch It's Always Sunny. I'm just drinking Guinness, which goes great.
Nice.
Well,
love it.
My toast of the week goes to Level 5 and Studio Ghibli for a wonderful JRPG that hit Tuesday called Nino Kuni.
See, we have to talk about that because we've been playing a lot of that on the site, and you've been playing it. I haven't been playing it. Bob has not been playing it, so you have to be our guy that helps us out with this one. Yeah,
I will. Bob's playing Dogma, right? You already cracked that, Bob?
Yeah. Oh God, I've been playing a lot of shit.
Cool, because I'm more excited to talk about that. to relive Joseph, to relive our moments through Bob.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, actually, we'll talk about this later, but I actually went back to Dragon's Dogma, so
I always go back once in a while too. Anyway, I don't know why.
Cool.
Well, I do know why, but
yeah. All right, Bob. What do you? What's your drink? What'd you toast to?
Whatever. I'm trying to think of like what happened this week.
Well,
you know what? I'll do a kind of a sad toast because this is the end of THQ. All their property has been sold, so this is my toast goes to them and to the people that have to find work. Fucking my heart goes out to you guys.
It does suck.
It does suck. So I'm drinking for you guys.
All right.
And I'm drinking. I should probably say what I'm drinking. I got a shot of rum and I got a homebrew Imperial IPA that I had for a while.
Very nice. Much in the same vein as Bob, I'm going to be toasting to Vigil Games, who actually didn't survive the THQ breakup auction, I should say.
Yeah,
people bought Take-Two Interactive bought Darksiders, but didn't want Vigil Games. Like, we'll take your IP, but we don't want you. That's like, it's akin to if IGN bought 4-Player Network, but didn't hire any of us.
Oh, yeah. What the fuck?
That's pretty much exactly what happened. They took the IP and didn't want anybody who actually created the IP. So, my toast goes to Vigil Games. And I just have a little shot of vodka, and I'm actually just going to sip on some water, actually. So, my shot of vodka will have to do it. So, all right. Shall we do our toasts? 1, 2, 3. That was more than a shot. That was more than a shot. Okay. So
actually, I gotta say something real quick because this has been bothering me all week.
Say, and then we got to give out the number for Collins because we got that.
Okay. So you know how the Dragonborn DLC is now like kind of pre-purchased on? You can pre-purchase on Steam.
No.
Or Skyrim.
You mean what? What are you talking about?
Skyrim. The Dragonborn DLC.
Okay, Dragonborn DLC is now available on PC
for pre-purchase.
For what do you what?
You can pre-order it. It's coming out.
Yes, in February.
It's coming out beginning of February.
In February, correct. In fact, I think
February.
I see
that fucking Dragonborn mask, it looks like a vagina.
The Dragonborn mask does kind of look like a vagina. That is true.
It looks like a vagina. Tara just her hands are on her face. This is the first time she's seen it. You cannot unsee that. The mouth part is a vagina.
Can someone link it in chat?
There's labia majora and minora.
Right.
I'm gonna have to find a link of this and so I can post it in chat.
Wait a second. Something more important happened here. Do the labias have different names?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, what are they called?
The labia majora are the big outer ones, and the minora are the little tiny ones that are around the opening.
Majora
it's like Ursa Major, Ursa Minor. It's the constellations of vagina.
Majora and Minor. Minor? Say it again. I've never knew this.
Labia major and labia minor.
A major and minor.
Yeah. Labia just means lips.
Do you think
labia is just lips?
Do you think the minor labia ever feels bad about itself?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Probably. I mean, but size doesn't matter.
Vagina. Oh, I see it.
Okay,
wow.
I'm looking at
it. It's a fucking vagina.
That is the spikiest clitoris I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, you're never gonna unsee that shit. Every time I saw that fucking mask, I was like, why is there a fucking vagina on his mouth?
I think they were going for some sort of like insect mouth sort of thing with mandibles.
No, it's a vagina.
But yeah, that's what is the fear? That fear, it's a psychological disorder where a man or person, I guess, fears that there's teeth inside a vagina, and that if they put their member inside, they'll be eaten.
Isn't there a horror movie about that?
Well, there's a horror movie called Teeth about that.
The horror movie Teeth, yeah.
But there's a psychological term for the fear that there are teeth inside of a vagina.
I need to look this up. Okay, fear that teeth.
Vagina dentata. It's called. I believe.
Vagina dentata?
Yes.
Yeah, vagina dentata.
Yeah, that's the one.
Actually, that just describes the full...
Yeah. Then it's
I think it should be vagina dentata phobia.
Dentata.
Dentata.
Maybe.
As in dentures, dentals.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's something about the fear that, the vagina is sort of like the Sarlacc pit.
Oh, God.
Sort of thing. If you have anything to say about the vagina dentata, you can call us. So we're doing callers again here in Cocktail Time. We did this last week. We're going to do it again. The number is 617-500-7147, extension 318. The number again is 617-500-7147, extension 318. Put in the number. It'll ask you for the extension. It'll put you in a sort of a holding pattern. And whenever we're ready, we'll just kind of pull you into the show. We also have a poll we're conducting this week. Bob, can you put that in the chat? Because I can't really get to it right now.
Wait, what? Oh, the poll?
Poll.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Yes.
I don't know.
So,
I'm sorry, I was distracted by Lost King. He started singing Hakuna Matata, but saying Vagina Dentata.
it's not appropriate. I don't know.
No, not appropriate at all.
Anyway, that's the poll running throughout the show. If you want to take that poll, we'll give the results at the very end of the show. It's about THQ, and Deep Silver actually obtained the rights to Saints Row. Deep Silver is the publisher that put out Dead Island. Some of you loved it, some of you hated it, but they're going to be the ones putting out Saints Row and also the Metro series. But I think Saints Row is more of an interesting fit for them because they have sort of a sort of oddly comedic flair. But let us know how you feel about that, and we'll give the results at the end of the show. So I guess we should talk about what we're playing and stuff. Now I can't stop thinking about the vagina mask.
Well, I was curious, so if someone who has a fear of teeth being in a vagina dentata, how do they feel about blowjobs?
I don't,
because that's not a rational fear. There are teeth in there.
Maybe
it's not like there might be teeth. There are teeth.
Most people are fucking crazy anyway.
Well, maybe they feel that the woman has more control, or the woman or the man or whoever has more control over their jaw, but the vagina is sort of like this other species.
Yeah, it's another entity. It's alien entity.
Well, think about it, because a man can't really control his erection, right? Like, sometimes they just happen. You're in church and bam, you have a giant erection. It's like, I'm trying to get communion and I'm poking the old lady in front of me. What the fuck? And so a man might think that a woman's vagina with teeth might be the same sort of thing. Like, they can't control its hunger, much like we can't control the hunger of our penises. It's insatiable hunger. The insatiable hunger of our penises.
I am fond of the unseen boner. Just hi.
At the wrong time.
Where the fuck you come from?
You came today. I see.
He's like, hello. And
that used to be a bigger problem when I was in high school. Not so much now.
Really? That happens to me all the time.
Listen, you know what? It happens to me in the worst situations, though. Like, in the weirdest situations, like driving the work truck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just driving the work truck in the morning, and then I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And he's like, hello, good morning, Jeff, morning, Jeffrey. And he has a little top hat and a monocle over the urethra. But that's how mine shows up.
Top of the morning to you.
Hello. I see you're talking to your mum. How is she?
My dick would probably sound like, it would probably have a deeper voice than me.
Right. Yes.
It would just be like, blah, blah, blah. just like this.
Like the worm, like the sandworms from Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
that'd be horrible if our penises could talk. I'd hate that.
Well, what's the only thing worse than your penis being able to talk is it never stopping.
Yeah, that's true.
Hello, let me out.
What? You're talking to me. I'm lonely in here.
Your dick would fuck up. Your dick would be the biggest cock block ever. Which is such a
would literally be the biggest cock.
Yeah, imagine you walk up to a girl like, "Hey, what's up?" And it's like, "I want to fucking stick myself in there," and then she's like, "What?"
You're the worst.
You're punching yourself in the groin. It's like, yeah, please more.
Your penis would be the worst wingman ever.
It would be the worst wingman ever.
In the middle of nowhere, you just grab it, and you squeeze it. Shut up! Shut up!
That's actually how I masturbate. So
you yell at your penis while you're masturbating.
I grab it and I squeeze it. And I yell at it and insult it. Shut up! Shut up!
I believe you, Joseph. I totally do.
Oh man, we should probably talk about video games.
Yeah,
or something.
What if there was a video game where you had to appease your penis? Otherwise, you had to try to score.
First of all,
it was about making sure your penis wasn't going to cock block you.
Number one, the title "appease your penis" just works. It just flows. It really just flows over the tongue.
Well, you could try the pun and go a penis.
Appease what? Appeaseness?
Appeaseness.
Appeaseness. Well, it doesn't. I don't know if that really works.
No, doesn't really roll off the tongue.
Yeah, appease your penis. Appease the penis or something. You know.
Appeased penis.
Appeased. The appeased penis. Maybe the appeased penis. Or just appeased penis. That would work. Yeah.
We have to make sure you satiate its appetite. You know, throughout the day, it's got a hunger meter. Otherwise, it's more chatty and chatty and chatty. And the whole goal is to try to get to score with a woman. But if your penis is in the way, and it's going like, "Hey, bitch, come here."
Well, it's got to.
Your mouth.
It's got to sound. It's got to sound like the plant from Little Shop of Horrors. Come on, feed me, Seymour. Come on now.
I just want you to stick me in some warm vagina.
Come on, I'm hungry.
I just saw that Dragon Ball ad. I'm horny.
They don't call it cocktail time for nothing.
That reminds me of something I was thinking today. And I was going around the internet and going to all the crazy websites and just whatever. I went to the Fleshlight website, right?
Is this someplace you frequent?
No, I keep on people keep talking about it, like talking about Fleshlights. So I was like, well, let me go check this website out, you know. And I went. Oh wait, somebody said something to me on Twitter about it, and they said, okay, I remember what it was. They were referring to one of our last cocktail times. We were talking about. Remember the alien dildos we were talking about?
Yeah.
So, alien dildos.
Yeah,
that was last week, right?
Oh yeah, that was last week.
There's actually so to catch you up, Jeff. There's alien dildos. All right, it's the website is called aliendildo.com. But anyway, we had lamented with the fact that there were no alien vaginas. Well, it turns out Fleshlight makes alien vaginas, and not just alien vaginas. They have an alien vagina, right? And then they have like a zombie vagina. I swear to God,
a zombie
vagina. Yeah, and they have a Frankenstein vagina.
So wait, because I know they probably sell lube with these. Would the zombie vagina lube be like white?
I hope not.
Or yellow and viscous?
Not. Yeah, it's just not. It doesn't smell very good.
No. But if you're going for a zombie vagina, you got to go fucking whole hog.
Yeah, the whole thing.
You can't half-ass that.
Right, but they do have.
Going for a half-assed zombie ass.
But they do have, the zombie vaginas. It's really, but they do have the dildos as well. So you can get the zombie dildo, which is a rotted zombie dick. I swear to God, I'm not making this up.
Jesus.
Is there bits of it like off?
Well, it looks like it's kind of a rotted dick. Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So actually, I've actually got a good question now. So since they make it's a very good question. So they make.
I bet this is a great question.
Plastic vaginas.
Yes.
What about plastic rectums?
They do. No, they have the Fleshlights
really?
make asses as well. And mouths.
I'm gonna look at those Fleshlights.
Anything, But here's what I thought is that you go to their website and
I've seen mouths. I've never seen assholes.
No, they have those, and you can actually choose the type of inside you want, like different textures and whatnot. But here's something. My point is, I went to the Fleshlight website, and they have you can get replicas of porn stars and stuff, But I went there and I was like, wow, this website is really sexy. And I thought, well, this is horrible marketing because someone's going to come to this website, get turned on, just jerk off the normal way, and then go, I really don't need a $70 Fleshlight anymore, do I?
There's one called the Fleshlight Flight. Fasten your seatbelt.
Right. Yes. Fashion it
Oh
up.
my God! The inside of them looks like the Starlight Pit. What the fuck?
Well, there's different ones. And they have different names for them.
There's barbs.
They have barbs. I mean, it's all like, I guess, fleshy material, so it's not going to stick into your dick or something.
Oh, sex in a can. I've actually heard of these before.
Yeah.
So now I have a question, right? If you had a fisting fetish, right? Like, do they make
they make dildo fists? Yes.
Like this, top of the screen.
Yeah. Well, they look like this, and they look like that. The fist is like that, and they're like a rubber fist for fisting. I've seen those in person. So yes, if you can think of it, it exists.
Oh my god, they sell mounts.
Yeah, so like you can. I get it's weird because like they have a bunch of stuff for guys that like if you don't like last very long, they have like stuff to help you last longer and like. It's,
oh my god, Jesus Christ! There's a fucking. There's a size enhancer. This looks like a torture machine.
Oh, did you see the size enhancer where it looks like it stretches your dick out?
Holy shit!
It stretches your dick out.
It's like it looks like a brace, but it's like one of those things. The braces that have you ever seen the treatment that people use to get longer legs? Where they'll break the bones and then stretch them out, and then have them grow together, and then break them again, stretch them out, grow together. It looks like that, but for a dick.
When I first saw that, I thought that maybe it was for like a broken dick.
You broke the bone. Right?
You broke your dick bone.
It's a brace for healing the bone.
There was a porn star that broke his dick. It's a work hazard.
I'm sure there are plenty of porn stars that break their dick.
Yeah.
Jumping and shit.
Yeah, I mean, eventually, yeah, exactly, and it just cracked.
The tailbone.
Yeah. And it's it wouldn't be a pleasurable one of those.
Yeah, I was going to say, except I guess in pleasure.
I think he sounds the same either way.
Games.
Yeah, video games. Someone in chat, Velustic, says, so, video games.
What the fuck? Yeah,
I didn't even mean for that tangent to go that long. So
do you think they're ever going to make like a Fleshlight peripheral for a game?
I think
I'm pretty sure there might have been one already.
I bet they can talk. You could do it. You could just like get one that has in like motion like motors inside of the Fleshlight,
or feedback,
and then USB that motherfucker, and then it's so easy. I'm sure it's probably already done.
I'm sure.
So
yeah,
Lost King knows that they already have a Fleshlight peripheral.
Oh really?
Good job, Lost King.
Well, thank you. The Lost King over at subscriber over at 4pp.tv, watching live, part of the show even, part of the discussion here at 4Player Network. So, video games, so I guess Nino Kuni, is that a type of Fleshlight or
Nino Kuni. Yes.
Come try the Nino Kuni.
It involves a little boy though, named Oliver.
Oliver.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh god.
I like where this is going.
I knew you would.
Does Michael Jackson show up at any point?
I like playing JRPG. Everyone is so delectable.
There was a reason Michael Jackson had a huge collection of JRPGs.
I like anime.
The little boys, this is just filled with magic.
I like to watch the anime with the little children. We get together, we talk about it and all the lessons. And there was that one about clouds in the sky. That was my favorite. I wish Netherland was a cloud in the sky. The way the kids couldn't get away.
That's hilarious.
And the police couldn't find me. All right, what?
All right. So, Bob's not playing it, and you said you aren't playing it either, Joseph?
I have not played. I've watched a lot of Nolan's.
I've thought about it. I'm a really big Studio Ghibli, and it's Ghibli. It's not Ghibli. It's Ghibli.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said, right? I said it properly.
Oh no! I was just yelling at Nolan, who's been mispronounced.
Okay.
Fucking week.
Yeah. So you guys should call in. Everyone in chat, by the way, should call in, and we can have a great discussion about this game.
The number again is 617-500-7147, extension 318. By the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And okay, so here's the question I gotta ask you both. What was the last JRPG you played?
Final Fantasy X.
Lost Odyssey.
Okay. And you?
I know that doesn't give you much to work with.
Okay, but did you play that not recently? I'm assuming, right?
Which
I'd probably play Final Fantasy. Yeah, I tried to play Final Fantasy X again in the last 2 years, 3 years.
In the last 2.
Last 2 years.
Okay, Joseph.
I played Lost Odyssey about 2 years ago.
Okay. So this is not unlike neither of those, really. So if you're not familiar with the Tales series, which is the closest thing that I've played to this, it's a JRPG. Like it's a fucking JRPG. It's not doing anything to reinvent the genre. It's a straight up JRPG. Studio.
So you're talking like the Dragon's Quest or like a Breath of Fire, that kind of thing. Because I played those old games. Yes, it's
okay. It's like that. Real time. The combat system is since the audible impression. Like my opinions have changed a little bit about the game. It actually they've raised in some cases. The hand holding is getting to me. I'm jumping ahead of myself. So anyway, it's simply pretty much a JRPG. It's very pretty. It's the story kind of it does its job early and it does it often, and it has a lot of story hooks in the first 2 hours, and it keeps you hooked throughout the first section of the game. But regardless of any of that, it's still straight JRPG. Go out, go to town, leave town with a bunch of quests, do something, come back, get your stuff. The thing that differentiates this game is the little systems that it has going for it. The systems are all different, like how you level up. You level up normally, but instead of advancing perks and stuff like you would see in other JRPGs, you got a quest stamp card. So if you get 10 stamps, you get a completed stamp card. You use those stamp cards to unlock new abilities that are kind of like perks. You know what I mean? So everyone has. It's cool because I rarely see that in JRPGs where you can have a build. You know what I mean? Depending on what you choose to buy instead of using your merit cards on. The same shit.
That's very West. That's more of a Western.
Yes, it has a little Western approach to that little mechanic. Yeah, that part is really, really cool. But it doesn't do anything really different. You're just doing a quest and then you get stamps. Some side quests have 4, some have 2, whatever. But it's still a JRPG to its core. The only difference here is because Studio Ghibli is on the project, I feel like they hold your hand a lot. 7 hours in, they're still holding your hands, cupping your balls the entire time. And it's just starting to grate on me where I'm fast forwarding dialogue, and then I might accidentally press, being an impatient asshole, I accidentally press and skip through something that I wanted to read. So it's kind of aggravating a little bit. But as far as the story beats go, and the environments and the areas and the kind of core approach to certain things, the world map is huge. It takes so long to go from one section to another. You know what I mean? And that allows you to view a lot of the landscape at full glance, and you see things far away. You'll see a village way the fuck out, but when you see it, you're oh, there it is. I want to get there, It's got a lot of those core drives, almost very reminiscent of some of the stuff that you see in Dragon's Dogma. You know what I mean? But the combat system is right now is my biggest pull. It's got me, it's got my full attention. Before, during the audible impression, off mic, I told Nolan that I still enjoyed Tales of Grace's F more so far than I did Ni no Kuni in the first 5 hours. Comparing the two, because I just finished playing Tales of Grace's, I really enjoyed that game in the first 5 hours more. But there was this swift change after that. Once you get into the next section, to the next village, the combat system evolved a little bit, and it gets really, really cool. So the combat system is you run around this battlefield. It's real time. You have familiars with you. I'm not going to describe that too much. They're like Pokemon. You get to collect little creatures. You get to evolve them. They're pretty much extra members of your parties that you get to swap in and out. But your main character, Oliver, is on the entire time. You run around. There's a strategy where you might want to cast or play with Oliver first, or most of the time you want to just throw out one of your familiars and then let him do the battling. But it's all real time. They got this cool counter thing that I just unlocked. It lets you, if you, your attack button highlights like for a brief second, and if you tap attack at that same moment, you get a counter and it does massive damage. And, that just changed my entire approach to how I play the game. Because now, where I would usually defend and back off to Oliver and start casting spells, now I roll the dice on my ability and challenge myself to parry. You know what I mean? And it's tough. It's not quite that easy. Other than that,
this was a positive change from like you were way too easy to it's actually more complex.
Yeah, it's becoming more engaging. They're starting to evolve the combat system. What's really, really cool about the combat system is there's all this shit going on. Like when you hit a enemy with a critical, it gives you something that comes up. It says nice. I call it a nice. Me and Nolan been calling it a nice. When you get a nice, he might spew out extra orbs, because when you damage an enemy or do like critical damage or randomly, he'll spit out orbs that helps you boost or regain HP and MP, hit points and mana points. Let me get a drink. Sorry. So while that's going on, the game's not like necessarily easy. You know what I mean? Like the enemies, if you just throw an enemy out there, hit attack and just let him attack, you're gonna get fucked up. You know what I mean? You have to actually move around and maybe defend first. And there's actually like strategy at hand and tactics at hand. You know, like I was telling Nolan during Audible Impression, like I've been learning to redirect my enemy to an opposite corner from where Oliver is and then call him back. And Oliver's got a huge distance. And then I start casting fireballs from a distance because now the enemy's way off in the corner. So it takes more time. Like there's all these strategies that play at hand that seem really cool. And if the game is anything from what it showed me as it's going to be in the next 30 hours, it's probably going to keep introducing new stuff and holding your hand for a majority of it.
But what I heard, like the game takes a long time to really start opening up different abilities and stuff.
Yeah.
So is it pulling a Final Fantasy 13 here?
Okay, so here's the thing, right? So my call on it is because it's a Studio Ghibli game. I feel like they're trying to like market this game to people who don't really play JRPGs, and you can tell because they're like really, really, really fucking holding your hand, like of constantly repeating the same thing, like don't forget to do this, you know what I mean? And you're like, fuck, man, I know already. I did it 5 times already, you know what I mean? But they just constantly remind you, because there's a lot of cool things where like you gain abilities that you can use during the game, like not in combat. Like you can use spells anytime. So you might get to a section where like mushrooms are tiny and you can cast like enhanced growth, and it automatically, like the mushrooms grow and they become platforms to jump onto a new area that you couldn't get to before. You know what I mean? So you could use all these spells. So I think they're afraid that you're going to forget and get caught up in this, because my spell list in the first 7 hours is like 16 spells deep. You know, so there's a lot there. And I think they're just afraid that people are going to get lost and forget and get stuck. You know, so they're constantly like holding your hand. But regardless, it's something to see. And it's, if you're really into, like, if you really are the type of dude who really likes to like sit down and enjoy a Disney film, like I'm kind of, once in a while I'll sit down and I'll sit through a Disney film again, because I enjoy the charm and the vibe, you know, the whole tone, the Disney tone that you get. And Studio Ghibli's tone is alive here, and like it's perfect. You know what I mean? Like if you really want to sit down for something charming that's going to be heartwarming and cute, you know what I mean? Like this game does it. And if you're in the mood for like, hey, I haven't played a JRPG in years, like this is probably one of the best in a long time so far. You know, depending on how my attitude swings, we'll see. But 8 hours in, I'm really, really, really into it.
I really want to play this game. I really do. But the only thing I've heard so far that might turn me off is that it's very grindtastic. Like, there's a lot of, you have to level up your characters before you can actually defeat a boss, like, even more so than, like, a Final Fantasy.
Yeah. What they do is they don't curve the enemies. So you might go through a section, if you don't really grind, when you get to the next section, like, you're going to have to be on your tactics game straight, like no fuck ups, like maybe parry once, like it's all or nothing. If you don't, you're going to struggle. Like they don't really, they're not afraid to throw like a large difficult enemy out into the world, and he might be slow, but if you're not careful, like he'll creep up on you, because there's like forest and enemies are in the forest. You can't barely see them. So if you're even like on the outskirts of a forest, like something all of a sudden runs out, hits you, now you're stuck, taking the battle, because it's not random battles. You can actually see the enemies on the screen, and you have to like avoid them or try and sneak behind them and stuff.
So it's like the common like overworld sort of thing where you see the enemies moving around and stuff.
Yeah. Honestly, I think you guys should at least try and get to it one, at least, even if you just get into like the first eight hours of the game, just to witness it. I think the 8 hours are well worth it. Like, if that's all you wanted to invest in a JRPG, like, you're not going to get a conclusion, obviously, but I think even just the story beats it hits, and like the tone of it through the first 8 hours are really, really, really enjoyable. You know what I mean?
Do you think it would hold up just like playing it for 8 hours, then leaving it for a couple of weeks and going back to it again? Or do you think there's that learning curve where you'd really have to relearn the game, that you need to kind of just do it in a shorter period of time?
Yeah, you would have to relearn the game, but I think that the design, like the overall design of the game is really, really brilliant. Like, they make everything so easy to remember. You know what I mean? Like, instantly the first time you go to an innkeeper shop, you see the innkeeper. Maybe it's a bird. Let's say the innkeeper is a bird, because there's all types of walking, talking animals in the game. So say the innkeeper is a bird. When you walk outside, his hut is an owl. You know what I mean? And then you find out that the hut's name is like Hootin's Howlings or something like that, you know what I mean? And then like all the naming conventions and like everything, they just make it so memorable that like it's so easy to grasp. Usually in these games I'm lost. I'm like, oh fuck, where's that thing? You know what I mean? But in this game I'm not. Like, I remember everything. I remember the locations. They're so easy to like remember. It's weird, and I kind of lend that to the design. I think the design is really, really well done. Everything's really interesting, but it's something that you guys should consider if you really kind of miss that kind of gameplay. It's kind of laid back, you know what I mean? I love JRPGs because I could kick my feet up on the couch instead of sitting up, hunched over, focused, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah,
I definitely see that appeal.
Yeah.
Who's the dude with the lantern nose ring?
Oh, he's awesome, dude.
Who is that?
He's really, really cool.
I saw him in passing. So.
Drippy? Is that his name? Drippy?
Yeah,
his name is Drippy.
He's a doll. So something happens in the game. I mean, I guess it's you know that your mom dies.
Okay. Spoiler warning.
And they put it in the back of the box, and like I hate that. Yeah. I hate that they man, I really wish I didn't know that. You know what I mean? Like, man, it might have had a really big, a much more explosive emotional response for me. You know what I mean? Because it was like the music kicks in the soundtrack here is amazing. Really, really fucking good. Really gripping, like clean, crisp. Great orchestra. And
Miyazaki, like their films have really good orchestra music.
Yes.
I just love listening to the soundtracks. They're just mind blowing.
So hands down, my favorite soundtrack this year so far. Like hands down. Everything about it is just beautiful, and all the melody is so like direct and so simple. You know what I mean? Just like classic notation that like just works well. You know what I mean? Like that simple shit. It just in the quality, I guess, where they record the sound, like it just has a certain sound. It's just enjoyable, dude. It's so charming. Like when you play it, you're everything's so vibrant. You know what I mean? And you're just it's fun to be there and to see all the stuff and the design of everything and the characters and creatures and world. It's just so interesting, and it's funny to say that in a JRPG because usually I play for the, like I said, I play for the type of gameplay, and then I bleed through it. But
so I've got to
other
ask.
than that, oh, go ahead.
Did you go with English or Japanese voices?
I went with English because back when Joseph said drippy. So drippy comes on. The accents are really different. Like they got like Scottish and Welsh accents. And that's really, really interesting, and it's really well done, like very well voice acted. Drippy comes out. Your mom dies. You cry on this doll during like sadness in the 3 days, and this doll comes to life, and then it starts unraveling the story of who your mom really is, and what her soulmate on the other world has ties to her. You know what I mean? And so,
wait. So your mom was double timing your father?
Oh, Jesus.
I have to ask.
Anyway, yeah, probably.
So who's your daddy?
I don't know.
Who's your daddy, and what does he do?
I don't know who my daddy is.
And is he responsible for letting the dogs loose?
Yeah.
Or out?
I don't know. I don't know who my daddy is. Maybe he died. They never said that. But anyway, so he comes alive, and he's got this crazy, like hard to understand, like hard for the ear to comprehend, because we don't really hear that kind of accent. I think it's Welsh, people said, and it's just really good. His attitude, his bounciness, and his like, hey lad, you just don't be a crybaby. You know what I mean? Like, it's just really good. Like, I love it. I think it's good. But yeah, that game's really cool. I like it a lot.
I'll have to try it. I should get to it soon because I don't think I'll have any time after like the next couple of weeks are over, because like Dead Space is coming out. And that's why I asked if I started this game, could I stop for a while and then just kind of pick up. And it sounds like from what you said, it's easy to get into, which means it should be easy to get back into.
Yeah, right. That's what I said, because I instantly jumped into the design. And what I meant to say is, when you reload up a save, you can just walk back to another world and then decide, I'm going to, grind a little bit on the weaker enemies again and just get accustomed to all the systems. Yeah. But like I said, they design everything so simple that it's like as soon as you see it, you're like, oh yeah, I remember merit card system. Oh yeah, I remember this. Right. You know what I mean? And it's easy to grasp because they hold your hand so much. So
yeah, and I do like those systems because they're just, like you said, they're relaxing. You can just kind of get into it and not have to be. I don't know. There's a certain like brain level that it takes. It's more analytical than responsive in a lot of ways.
Yeah, right. You can pause the action and take a breath and say, okay, like I know what I'm doing now, and like assess the situation and let it play out. You know what I mean?
It's relaxing.
And the game is so seamless, from like gameplay to cutscene and stuff like that you never like really see the seams. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It kind of just continues. And they do this awesome direction thing where your character is always in the middle of the screen, not on the bottom, like not on the bottom half here. He's in the middle. And so when you're running through a field, it feels like you're watching a Ghibli movie. You know what I mean? Because he's not like in a typical character stance, low, so they let you see the whole outer layer of the world. He's in the middle, like the main focus. Right. You know what I mean? And it's just awesome. You're running around, you see the world around you, the way it's directed. It's really cool. Cart Life. Before we get tracked in Cart Life, did you guys play Cart Life?
I played some Cart Life. Yes. Yeah.
Oh my! Talk about it. Can we talk about it?
We can talk about Cart Life because I played a bunch. And then we should take some.
It's fucking hard.
We should take some callers. It's hard because life is hard, Bob.
Yes,
that's why it's hard.
Exactly.
So what? Think about Cart Life is this. It depresses me because Cart Life represents the banality of life that I spend every waking moment fighting against. Like just that banal slavery of day-to-day action. You know, the creak of your knees as the weight of the world pounds down upon your back, and that's what cart life is. It's all of that, and you know, both characters either or. The characters have their own issues. You know, I was playing at first being what is he Belgian? I think he's Belgian, right? Yeah, the old guy. He's Belgian, and you know, I don't smoke, you know, and I've never smoked in my life, but I'd be doing stuff with him, and all of a sudden be like, fuck, you need to smoke again? You're already coughing? like you just had a cigarette like 2 hours ago. What the fuck? You know, and I got pissed at him for smoking, and like, can I get him to stop smoking? Because it's very annoying. His constant need to smoke. And
right.
I mean, they do things that make it more difficult, I think. Like, in the main shopping center, there's no food, right? Like, you can't just buy food to take with you.
Man, that fucking game, dude.
And you're always having to eat and smoke and drink and get up, and then your cat, you have to take care of your cat, and it's just,
I'll call it right now. It's on my top 10 for 2013. I'll say it right fucking now. I know there will be nothing like that in this year, unless it's
still... It's a 2012 game, isn't it?
It's still early. I think it's a 2012 game.
It was released in 2012. Too bad.
It was an IGF game, right? And I didn't hear about it, technically, till I heard the Idle Thumbs podcast talk about it. Yeah. And when they talked about it the first time, it was still an IGF game. And then I heard recently in January, like 15th, they put it on their website after it finally cleared IGF. That might be bullshit, but I'm just going by what I was told. So that's why.
Check it. Like, because the first time I heard about it was around the same time as when they released on their site. If you can say, I think you can claim that they self-published in January, then it's legit.
It's legit for 2013.
Yeah. Oh, word. Well, either way, like, I agree with you, Joseph. Like, when I first booted it up, I heard those guys talking about it, and like the empathy you feel through like shit that you didn't like. It's not even really a game. It's an art piece of like, hey, life is a bitch.
It's a simulation.
Life
is what it is.
A fucking. There's not enough time to do anything.
Yeah.
All your hopes and dreams, throw them away.
Yeah,
it's useless because there's not enough time. By the time you got your car, it was 3 fucking days. I was like, how the fuck do I get this car? And this, she has to eat. I have to sleep. Like, there's not enough time. Things closed. The bank wasn't open. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, and all that shit I didn't plan. Right. So after my first game, I had a notebook. And I wrote everything down, like get caught first. Monday, I made a fucking schedule for a game because I was like, this has to be beatable, right? So I'm like, I'm playing and taking notes and making sure, okay, no later than 10:30, I got to leave because it's 15 minutes to this place, and I have to pick that up by 2:30, and then I got to come home, pick up my daughter at school at 3:30, and then I'm like, this is fucking crazy.
I'll tell you what, from watching both, like playing the Ukrainian guy, and then watching the woman with the kid, I'd rather smoke than have children. I'll tell you that much. Definitely rather smoke than have children. At least, you know, all I have to do for my addiction is on the way, after I get my food cart and get my food from the cart, just have a quick smoke and then, you know, move on and then get to my place. Necrobrancer over at 4pp.tv said, smoke the children. I like that.
Yes. Smoke the Children. Sounds like a title of the podcast.
Oh, that could be, Smoke the Children.
Smoke the Children.
But yeah, it's really amazing. That fucking clock moves so fast, and it bears down on you because I don't know how much of this stuff is random in this game, but at one point my character overslept, and it was like the worst thing that could ever fucking happen in the world.
I think it happens if you stay up too late. You tend to oversleep.
Yeah,
well, it's because something I don't see. Like I said, I don't know if this stuff is random, so I don't want to spoil anything for anybody.
I think there's a lot of factors in there, like how much you've eaten recently, whether you smoked, or whether it's all based off of statistics. If you do everything right and you're hitting all your stats correctly, and you're actually going to bed at a reasonable hour, you can actually wake up early.
Yeah, I mean, so what happened? Something happened that kept my character awake late.
Oh, you fucked.
No, I didn't. I wish that would have been good. That would have been a positive. Oh, yeah. This game has no positives. That would have been a positive. No, something happened that I ended up staying up late. And
you lost your cat?
Yes.
They talked about that on the main podcast.
Okay, my fucking cat runs away.
Yeah.
And I'm up late looking for my goddamn cat, and I finally find the cat, and it's like 2 a.m. by the time I find my cat. And I'm like, shit, I need to fucking go get to sleep. Oh my god. So I get to sleep, and then I wake up late.
So you actually found your cat?
Yeah, I did find my cat. Yeah. Did somebody else not find their cat?
Yeah.
No, they didn't find their cat. I found my cat.
I don't think they did.
I found my cat the same night, but I was up to like 2 a.m. looking for my cat.
I think Nolan lost his cat.
Oh, and then I woke up late, and then it was my first fucking day, too, so I didn't even open my cart until like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And it was just, I'm trying to learn everybody's names and sell them shit, and, you know, they wanted coffee. I didn't have coffee. And I was like, where am I going to get coffee now? And, like, to get coffee, I need to spend a whole day searching out to get coffee. But when I'm looking to get coffee, I'm not making any money. You know, that's a whole day of money wasted just to sort of expand my inventory. And maybe I can, like, make up for it by selling more stuff. But for the most part, I mean, it's like, there are horrible consequences to almost everything you do in this game. Besides just sleeping and eating, which is just the basic necessities, essentials of life.
Yeah.
You know, everything else has something that bears down. Even just working in the act of making money, you know, slowly destroys your body. It makes you tired. It makes you hungry. It makes you need to smoke. You know, it's it's amazing.
It's a commentary on how difficult it is in life once you are low. You know what I mean? When you're going, when you're starting down here, how hard is it? And it just makes you realize that like sometimes you have it okay. Yeah. You know what I mean? Sometimes you think it's bad and things are hard, but you really don't know until
I think whenever I'm feeling depressed,
kind of put yourself in their shoes.
Yeah, when I'm feeling depressed, I'm just going to play Cart Life to feel better about myself. But
life is better.
It's true.
It's much more easy than that. It's
just what they say. It's like
rough.
It's really easy to be rich once you're rich, but once you're poor, it's really difficult to pull yourself out of that because of the limitations you have. And Cart Life is a direct result of that. I mean, but look at it this way: when they say, you know, there isn't a lot of there is mobility in this country, social mobility, but it's not as much as people thinks it is. And I point to buying a house as the best example of that. You know, a rich person can buy a $300,000 house with cash, and pay $300,000 for it. They're rich already. Now they just bought a house for $300,000. Someone who is middle class or lower middle class, or even just upper middle class, you know, can buy a $300,000 house, but they'll buy it through a bank with an interest, so they'll end up paying $600,000 for that house. Like, people who are not rich will end up paying double for that property and for that house than someone who is already rich, which keeps that upward mobility from happening in a lot of ways.
Yes.
And like, Cart Life is kind of about that. It's about clawing your way from the bottom to the top, and the social, you know, the social blocks to that, and even just how time works against you for that. Your own health and your family. It's just, you know.
Bravo.
So
that was beautifully put. Can I say, guys, please, if you go play it on this site, one, go in with the idea that it's not supposed to be a brilliantly brilliantly entertaining game. It's an art piece of more than anything, really. And second of all, if you like it, support the project. Like, really, it's what, $5 or $15? Does anybody know?
It's
there's a collector's edition. There's 2 different editions for it. Let me see if I can find it, because I looked at it before. I thought it was like $25 for the regular. Oh my god, I hate the one problem with the UI is it's all black and white, so it's really hard to tell where the links are. Oh my god. Everything version, $5.
Yeah, $5, dude.
That's
come on. Yeah, dude.
That's
a hot dog.
That's like 5 papers you have to sell.
Yeah, you should go
support 5 papers
this.
to get it.
It's just brilliant, you know. It's brilliant, and people like this, people with great vision, like developers with great vision like that, like those are the people you need to support because they're only going to make the medium better.
God, even
you know what I mean?
Even the act of making money, they don't make easy because you have to do all the change. And I thought, well, I know what I'll do. I'll just make every paper $1, so it makes making change really easy. No, they're either 99 cents or $1.01. They won't make it. They won't let you make it easy. So, and well, I mean, if you're not used to doing math that fast, like constantly, it can be a little, like, for some people, kind of crazy. But even like, I've found it funny that even that act was somewhat grating because I have to fucking do this fucking math every time someone wants to change. Luckily, people are pretty like, here's a 10 or here's a 1 or here's a 20, so it's actually...
I have a question. Does the time, even in the map, when you're deciding what location you're going to go to, time's ticking still, right?
Time never stops. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I knew it. Because the other day I tried to pick and then it was 2 a.m. and I was like, what the fuck happened?
Because that's like you standing in the street looking at your map. And the day is just going. I think even pausing, like the time is still going when you're paused.
Have you gotten cancer yet?
Cancer?
There's cancer in this?
I don't hear anymore. I don't hear anymore.
I just need I don't know if I just need to sell papers for my chemotherapy. 300,000 more papers, and I can get treatment. God,
so that would be life.
What have you guys been playing?
Well, let's take a caller real quick because we got 3 people who've been kind of hanging out.
Oh, word, callers
on the line. So if I call you, so I'm gonna pick these couple of callers. I can't see your names on our system, but I can see your phone number. So what I'm just gonna say is the last 4 digits of your phone number, and keep in mind that there is a delay. And the quality might be shitty. So let's see. So we're going to talk to 8471. All right, let's see. 8471, you are on cocktail time. Hello?
Hello?
Hey.
Hey.
What's up, man? Good, how are you? Who is this in chat?
The quality's terrible.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I
actually had a question.
Yeah, sure. What's up?
It's about earlier because the conversation was really funny. If you could have sex with, thing is, would you have sex with the woman of your dreams if her vagina had teeth in it?
There's always anal.
So are you saying it has to be vaginal sex?
Can I hang up so I can hear it on the feed?
Oh, yeah, sure. We'll hang up.
I can hear you guys.
All right, come on. All right, so the question was, will we have sex with the woman of our dreams if she had teeth in her vagina? And I think Bob said it right. He said there's always anal.
There's always anal, there's always blowjobs, there's other thing other than the vagina. But if you had to have sex with a vagina, would you do it?
Wait, what kind of teeth are we talking about? Are we talking about molars or are we talking about incisors?
Baby teeth?
What do you mean? I don't get it. You guys are freaking out. The mouth have teeth in it.
That's true.
Would it bite?
Oh, yeah. Of course. It's got teeth in it? Whatever.
Yeah. A guy would never do that. Yeah, it's like, what? No, I'm not putting my dick in there.
Nothing. What? Go for it.
I think it depends on, like, if it was, like, shark teeth or something.
Ooh.
You know?
Yeah, that could be bad.
Or if the teeth bite on their own, which is what Mick Mongoose just said in 4pp.tv.
They just always...
Oh, okay. So that was actually Big Boss Likes Cheeseburgers, and he's actually in chat at 4pp.tv, and he said they would nibble on your penis. That's what he said.
Well, that might be a little pleasant.
Yeah, that might not feel. That might not feel so bad.
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
That might not feel so bad. So I'm gonna dive in and say yes.
Joseph would like it.
I'm gonna dive in and say yes.
I always swore, Joseph, when you masturbated, you just squeeze the bottom of it as hard as you can and just smack the top of it.
while I'm insulting it. Yeah. Yes, while I'm hurling insults at my penises. All right, let's take another caller. This is going to be 0279. Let's see. Unmute.
All right, let's take another caller. This is going to be 0279.
Hello? He's singing.
Hello?
Hey, 0279.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, this is Chai in chat.
Oh, Chai Tai, what's up? How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. I was just curious. I wanted to know what you guys thought about this. I think Jeff in particular, since he played the new Devil May Cry. I just started playing on the PC since it was released on Friday, and I was a big fan of the classic Devil May Cry. So I came in, wanting to see what they did to the new Dante without the whole fuck you cutscene. And I started to realize that I think this Dante speaks more naturally compared to the old Dante, who was real flashy and showy, and someone had took the time to write out every little witty one-liner he had. Because real arguments, as far as I've seen, can always easily dissolve into a "fuck you" screaming match. I was wondering what you guys thought of that.
So, like the masculinity of Dante in question, whether it be being the kind of white-haired one-liner versus the black-haired "fuck you."
Well, I think what he's saying is like I've watched some.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's cool.
That delay, we got to get that delay right.
That delay is no, I think what he's saying is that the old school white-haired Dante was like the old school white-haired Dante was like very much like one-linery action hero, where the new Dante is more like as a rebellious teenager, and the writing is a lot more natural. Is what that was like my takeaway of it.
Well, I wouldn't say like masculine. I would just say more realistic because, you know, I'm sure we've all seen it when two people just start just really good, and eventually the witch just appears and they're just screaming at each other with obscenities left and right.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. I mean, the old Dante was very action figure, very kind of that kind of action hero type guy.
It was like a kung fu movie almost.
Yeah, it was very much like that kind of ridiculous, like, you know, I want to fill your dark soul with light or whatever. It's very ridiculous.
Did he actually say that? I want to fill your dark soul with light?
Yeah.
That's very Twilight. Yeah. It's very Twilighty.
Yeah.
I want to fill you with my sparkles.
I think it's the
difference. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble following you.
It's cool. Thanks.
I think it's the difference, Shai-Tai, of like Western and Japanese writing. I think it was written by who's it written by?
The original?
No.
The Ninja Theory one?
Did we lose Jeff?
He has
look at the look at us.
He might have lost him. That's the best look.
He shut down. He completely shut down. He was trying to think too hard, and his brain just came to a
grinding halt.
Grinding halt. I guess he's an android. We didn't know that Jeff was an android, but apparently he needs to be rebooted. But anyway, you know, I didn't play any of the new DMC, and I only watched the old DMC. But I mean, yeah, I kind of like, if I had to go through either one, I'd almost prefer. I don't know. I can't even say I prefer either one because they both have their place. You know, I think the old Dante with the more outlandish stuff with the older games that fit. You know, that sort of thing fit, and I think the newer Dante fits the newer style. So.
Yeah, I really think it's definitely like that. It's like we're watching an old action, like 90s action movie versus watching a more modern action movie.
Right. Hey, here he is. He's back. Hey, Jeff.
Hey.
All right. So, what were you saying? You crashed mid-thought.
Oh, yeah, I crashed mid-thought. I already forgot. The whole thing is like, I think just the approach of it. It was primarily like this. It was Devil May Cry was this niche like character action game, very Japanese, and now it's trying to be a little more appealing to like Western. That's all. Like it's trying to be a little more pop culture.
Yeah, I gotta admit, I've never was really into Devil May Cry, and I said this in a past cocktail time. So I didn't have much skin in the game on this. You know, I wasn't like, I'm rooting for the old Dante, or I'm okay with the new Dante. It wasn't even about the old or the new Dante. For me, it was about, oh, cool, a Ninja Theory game. And I'm excited to have a new Ninja Theory game. So I guess I could ask you, Jeff, because you played a bunch of the DMC, right? What we're saying?
Yeah, I finished the new one, and I'm halfway through 4.
Okay, so my question is, forgetting that it's a Devil May Cry, right? How is it as a Ninja Theory game, and compared to like Enslaved or Heavenly Sword?
It's not better narratively, in my opinion. It's not better narratively. Although I really enjoyed Devil May Cry. It's still not. It doesn't beat Heavenly Sword or or enslaved for me on that narrative level and the character design and all of that stuff. The attitude of the new game I didn't like as much. The music and the heavy metal attitude of it, like it didn't flow with me at this moment and this point in time. But like it's as a character action game, like the combat was fun. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't Bayonetta. You know what I mean?
Well, sure.
But it was fun. The idea that like I can chain the combos together, the fundamental of Devil May Cry is there. You know what I mean? It's all about juggling as all the enemies on screen into a triple S combo, and that's it. Like and maintaining a triple S combo as much as you can. That's all there. As far as comparing it, like nuts and bolts to other games, it's good. It's up there with the best of them, but it's not the best.
One of the things I keep hearing was that I did hear from a few people that when looking at it from outside the view of being a DMC game and as a Ninja Theory game, it didn't really hold up to Enslaved and Heavenly Sword. It was kind of like one of their. I mean, it wasn't as good as those games, and I wonder if part of that is because Ninja Theory had to sort of pigeonhole themselves into the DMC universe and didn't have as much freedom.
They were trying to hold back on their because they go real crazy on the characters. They go really deep on the characters.
Yeah, and I think they were afraid to take those steps, and I think this goes to something Brad had said a while ago is that he thinks that Ninja Theory is just too good to do a Devil May Cry game. That they're going to hold themselves back, and they'd be better off, and their work would actually be better served if they were just doing a new IP. So,
yeah,
I don't know. Oh well. But you know what is going to be really good. We can talk about this a little bit after the break because I didn't play too much of it, but I'm really excited for the Metal Gear Revengeance. That game looks like it's coming to be really, really pretty damn good. Did you guys play any of the demo yet?
No, not yet.
I play it.
It's good. It's a little buggy here and there, but I'm really, really fucking excited. Really fucking excited for that game.
Yeah, it's different. It feels new. You know what I mean? Like the mechanics of the combat feel new. They feel like something I've never quite played before.
It feels fresh. It really does.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah, and I was the first one to say like I played Afro Samurai. Like that slicing mechanic, that isn't that new to me. You know what I mean? Afro Samurai had that same mechanic. You could go into slow-mo and slash an enemy into pieces as much as you wanted while they were floating off their feet. So that whole mechanic wasn't that appealing to me. I was like, I've seen that already, kind of. It might not be the same, as it might not be as deep as it's going in Revengeance. But once I got my hands on it and felt the controls and how they work,
yeah, that's pretty good.
It looks pretty fucking cool.
Nice. Cool. All right, so let's do this. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back and we'll take a few more callers, and we'll ask Bob what he's been playing, and it better be something good.
Oh God, I've got some stories.
Oh God, that's right. His recent Better with KINECT.
Better with KINECT.
This is going to be. We're going to hear all about Bob's Better with KINECT. So stick around. This is Cocktail Time live over 4Player Network, and we'll be right back. Everybody! Oh, it's a little loud. Sorry about that. Welcome back to Cocktail Time, live here at 4-Player Network. Bob is all catted up with his cat ears. He's ready to talk about his latest KINECT adventure. And I want to thank everybody for watching home at 4pp.tv, our live page at 4playernetwork.com. Watching Cocktail Time live is the best way to watch Cocktail Time live. Especially thanks to our subscribers like Zocano and Sison and Fuzzy Dude and The Orcadian. If you like what we're doing here at 4Player, please think about subscribing. $5 a month helps us keep the doors open and the lights on and keeps us bringing you quality content. We do our best. We are also doing a poll during this Cocktail Time about the THQ auction. It's about Deep Silver's acquisition of the Saints Row franchise. Take part in that poll, and we will give the results at the end of the night. Bob, if you can put that poll into the chat again, that'd be awesome. And also we have a survey. Not to make you guys do too many polls and surveys and stuff. We are doing a survey. The link is in chat over at 4pp.tv about the future of 4Player, working on Phase 2 and a bunch of community features and all that kind of stuff. And if you complete that survey, that's up there now by a Takubot. Kind of helps us figure out where we need to go and what we need to do. So Bob. I need to hear about your little adventure. I actually can't hear you, Bob. You're muted.
God damn it!
There you go.
I mute myself. All right, I need to get this. All right, you ready? Yeah, I'm gonna fix this up right. Say.
What? No, yeah, there you go. You're missing blue body paint, but
yes, I don't have the blue body paint.
So this past Friday, you took your shirt off, you disrobed.
Yes.
You smeared blue body paint all over your body.
Yep.
And you got in front of the camera. And you moved real fast.
I moved real fast.
What did you play? Sonic for KINECT, right?
I played Sonic Freeriders for KINECT.
Wow.
It's shit.
Really? I wouldn't.
What makes you think it would be good?
I wouldn't have suspected that. So let's hear about it.
There's nothing about the game that. Okay. All right. Let me break it down for you. Racing game, precision controls, KINECT.
I don't see a problem.
You're a terrible person.
Yeah. I gotta be.
It's. Aside from being like really fucking cold,
right?
Because of the Terry was using a sponge to apply the blue body paint to me, and the body paint was freezing.
Why didn't you just use your supple hands on your body?
Well, because it would stain my fingers.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, ended up Reborn Revolution in chat gave me a lot of really good pointers for applying body paint. I don't know. So Reborn Revolution. I don't know why Reborn really knows how all these.
Reborn Revolution from chat is experienced with applying body paint.
Apparently, I'm kind of curious as to where that experience comes from.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes, but she had me apply lotion to my skin to keep it from itching.
Oh wow, she was like really in depth.
No, it was really in depth. Like I actually applied lotion to my entire body, where I was applying the paint, and it all came off real fine. It wasn't really itchy or anything like that. There was like one point where it was itchy, but it was just like on my belly where there was no paint. So do you apply the lotion before? Or do you put the before? Definitely before.
So you have to like prepare the skin.
Yes, you need to. It needs to put the lotion on the skin.
It puts the lotion on its skin.
Yes, or it gets the hose again.
Or else it gets the hose again. Yeah.
That's not going to work when you have lotion on your skin. Yes. All right. So it's man. Yeah. So I had the worst fucking Sonic cosplay of all time.
Yeah,
it was terrifying.
Scary.
It is the nightmare fuel. There really was no question to the. It was genuine terror. in imagery that could be broadcasted to the internet.
Wow, I did see some
Fucking
pictures.
horrible.
I did see some of the pictures of it, and I think what the major consensus was is that of all the things you've done so far for your show, Better with Kinect, such as pretend you're a bear or put on cardboard armor and underwear
I was a wizard.
on the outside of the body.
I was a wizard.
You're a wizard for one of your first ones. You've never looked more depressed than you have this time.
Yes. Well, I mean, nothing's more entertaining than a depressed Sonic.
That's true.
I mean, come on. He's always so happy.
He's
But, those rings are going to run out. He's going to hit rock bottom.
Eventually, yeah. He's running for the closest noose, chair, and tree combination he can.
So my abs still hurt from that workout.
So explain what you haven't explained how it kind of worked.
The game, there's really not much to it. You stand on it like you would a surfboard.
Okay.
Do people know how to surf? I
used to go surfing when I was a young kid.
Okay, well, you do. I mean, I grew up in Hawaii, so I had a lot of experience with that. So there was you pretty much it's skateboarding. Whatever. Fucking you just your feet are kind of
they're on one plank. Your feet are on one plank.
Exactly, like a plank.
Then,
you're kind of balancing on a plank, and then you have to move forward or move backwards. And obviously that takes a lot of core muscles, especially in your stomach, when you're trying to lean forward and the fucking thing's not going forward, so you lean even more forward and you're trying to balance on the fucking thing.
When you say the thing isn't going forward, you're talking about Sonic?
No. You're trying to steer him. So if you lean forward, you're trying this way or this way, because you're standing at an angle that's where you're pretty much perpendicular to the screen. Okay. So when you lean forward, the screen sees you as moving right.
Right. Yeah, I get
you. If you're standing with your left foot forward, if you lean backwards, the screen sees you as moving left.
So it's like surfing or skateboarding.
Exactly. Like if you're standing, it doesn't matter either direction. If you move the other way with your right foot forward, you lean backwards, or it's right, whatever. But you have to lean in order to steer. Yeah. But it's not sensitive enough to actually tell how far you're leaning.
Oh.
So it can't actually steer sharp enough.
So you're constantly pushing your body further and further, trying to get it to do something correct.
Yeah, but really the point is, it doesn't fucking know.
It just doesn't. Yeah, it's fuck it.
It's fucking Kinect.
Right.
It's really I think the degree of turn is set to where there might be some give, but it's not much. The only way you can really do sharp turns is what they'll do is actually put these kind of ramps on the turns. Mm-hmm. So you can actually hit the ramp, jump up off of it, switch your feet. So you can leap from left foot forward, leap around, right foot forward. So you do a kind of a 180. Mm-hmm. And then it'll actually make it so you go up the ramp, flip around, and then do a 180 and go down on the other foot. Right. So that allows you to do pretty much a 90-degree turn. That's when you have to do the really sharp turns. Mm-hmm. But there's really not that many sharp turns in this game. So most of them are I'm trying to lean this way, but you have to be on the side that you're trying to turn on. It's like if you're really racing and driving a car, right? And you're trying to turn really far. If you aim for the inside lane and they turn, you go right and you give yourself more room so you actually can move out to the outer lanes if you're turning.
Right.
So there are some racing mechanics in there. But it's with the fucking Kinect, so it's shit.
Yeah, and somebody in chat, Shadows Psycho, made a really good point in chat. He says, you basically have to blame this on the Kinect. Bob was fucking blue and standing in front of a green screen, and Kinect still had issues telling where he was.
I was blue, standing in front of a green screen with a light on me. I have a shop light that's just projecting light onto me.
Right.
The Kinect can see me really well.
Yeah, it can't possibly not see you.
No, there's no fucking way the Kinect could not see me.
So
it's well lit, contrasting colors. I look like an asshole. Kinect, why don't you pick that up?
So is this a real Sonic game in the sense of it's an actual Kinect only game, or was this a regular Sonic game that they made up?
I think there was actually
Kinect?
Another release, because Sonic Freeriders, there's actually 2 versions of them.
Okay.
I don't know if it's Free Riders or if it's.
I'm wondering if they're trying to make Sonic into a Kinect franchise, and this is
Jesus Christ, that would be horrible.
Well, they need to do something because they have a whole lot of money invested in the Kinect.
Free Riders is for the Kinect. There's some kind of other. I'm thinking of like the All Stars. Yeah, All Stars Racing is their other racing game, which is not for the Kinect.
Well,
yeah, All Stars Racing is just the standard platforms.
Okay. So it's not like a okay, I get you.
Yeah, it's this one. Free Riders was just for the Kinect. It's not like they're trying to break out in the Kinect or anything like that, because it would be terrible.
Yeah, Jesus.
Can you imagine? Like, run, Sonic, run in place, run in place. Do the ball, spin up, go, run in place, run in place. That'd be fucking terrible.
How long did this travesty go on?
Shit, let's see. So it started around 8:30. When did I stop the game? I went for like at least 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours.
Well, if you're gonna go through all the trouble of putting all that body paint on you, you really want to get as much. I
got shit faced during that game. I got really drunk.
That seems like the best way to deal with it.
Yeah, I got really fucking drunk. I got way drunker than I would have expected.
So,
no. Yesterday we were hungover until probably about, I would say probably roughly around 4 o'clock.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah,
that's serious. Hungover. So is it just standard Sonic? Was there anything connectable else about it, or whatever you want to call it?
No way.
So the whole entire game just consisted of you moving back and forth like on a surfboard.
Yeah, there were other characters to switch between. Like each character had I'm pretty sure like each character has an ability. Like Sonic, what the fuck is his ability? He can grind rails.
He won't die.
What?
Nothing.
What?
I thought he won't die. He just won't die.
Yeah.
The Sonic series will be around forever.
That's yeah. If only he would die.
Genesis.
So Tails, I think Tails can go through. There's these kind of jump loops things they can get through if you actually jump up into them, and he can glide as Tails because he kind of like glides through because he has tails.
Okay.
I don't know if I can know. And then you play Knuckles. Like this is the Team Sonic is Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. And Knuckles will break through barriers. So if you see barriers, you can break through them. Otherwise, you run into them, the barrier breaks, but you stop. You lose momentum. So they kind of like, basically what it gives you is 3 different paths in a level you can do. Mm-hmm. But you don't get to choose which character you get.
Oh, so it's randomized.
At least with no. It's specific to the goals you need to do for at least the story mode. It's like, okay, you need to get 100 rings. You go as Sonic. Or you need to get through all these loops. You go as Tails. Or you need to break down these number of walls. You go as Knuckles. So like that's kind of the way. That's at least as much through the game I got through because I was trying to go through the story mode, the campaign mode. Mm-hmm. I think I beat like three teams because
I got to know what the story is. Is it nonsensical?
It's a race.
So it's just all racing. It's just racing.
It's nothing but fucking races. It's the same course for like you need to beat a team on a course, and you do about 3 rounds per course. And I think I got to the 3rd course where it was a 3rd team. So you have to go through. I think there was the I don't even remember what the first team's called, but it had some characters I don't know and an alligator.
Some characters that should be on the back of the box. Some characters you don't know.
Some characters you don't know.
And an alligator.
Well, the thing is, I've only played up to. I played Sonic Pinball. I played Sonic the Hedgehog, the first one, and the second one with Tails.
Okay.
So I don't know any of the other ones. There was another. I think there was another hedgehog. What the fuck is that? The female hedgehog, the pink one.
I don't know. We'll have to ask chat. If someone in chat knows what the female Sonic is.
Missy?
Amy. So there was Amy.
Okay.
There was a rabbit, and then there was a crocodile.
What does a crocodile do? They don't go. They don't go.
I was broadcasting. I was like, "Who the fuck is this crocodile?"
They don't go.
Nobody knew it was.
They don't go fast.
Team Heroes. Heroes is what the Sonic team was called.
Mm-hmm. Why are there teams? I'm confused. Why does Sonic need a team?
because it's part of the race is part of a team. It's a 3-person team. So there was Amy, there was the rabbit, and then the crocodile, and then there's the other team. There's another team which was a bunch of birds.
I still don't know why.
There's 3 birds. I don't know any of them.
So there's teams and they're doing races, and that's the story.
You have to beat the team in order to move on next. It's like a tier system.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause you have to get more rings than the other team.
Yeah. Apparently.
Right.
And the last team I got was the bat one, the bat lady with the tits.
The bat lady with the tits.
Yeah.
Which is different than the bat lady without the tits.
I don't know if there's a bat lady without tits.
Okay. You have to differentiate them properly.
I think it was Team Dark. Is that what it was? I don't even fucking know. I
think
I didn't play any of the older Sonics.
I think they're overcomplicating the whole Sonic the Hedgehog thing.
There's too many characters now.
I don't think you need all this shit. I think all you need is Sonic and a level and rings to get. And I think that formula worked pretty damn well for a long time. I don't think we need the Victor the Croc and Amy the Lady and the Bat with the Tits and then teams that...
Was Victor his name?
Victor was the... Someone in chat
knew that?
Someone in chat said the Croc's name was
Christ.
Victor. Yes. we have good chatters here. But I don't think this is necessary.
No.
I think we just need Sonic to get rings really fast. And we're good with that. I don't think we need this. I blame this idol shit and this whole teams thing the idol thing does. And you have to be on certain teams, and everyone's either like team idol this or team idol that, or there's team Edward and team Sparkle fuck, and enough with the fucking teams. We don't need any more teams. Just stop it.
We don't need any more Sonic.
And for that matter, we don't need any more goddamn Sonic.
It's true. It's true, man. The first 3 were great. They're fine. Just go back and play them. They're great.
I don't know what this whole team... I think they feel like, well, if we create these teams, then people will sign up in their minds and they'll get really devoted to their team and root for their team. And so we need to do that and create this sort of cult-like personality.
HD Sonic remake.
That would be
Sonic
cool.
1 or Sonic 2.
Yeah. And make it like
just a fucking HD remake of the game. And that's it. I would fucking buy that shit.
And make it like 2.5D. And
yeah,
it'd be awesome. Yeah.
Just keep the mechanics, keep everything the same, up the graphics, keep the music the same. Maybe even just reorchestrate it, and make the music a little bit more modern. But I would fucking buy that. Like, the only game that is like Sonic that I've played recently that I've really enjoyed is the Rayman series.
Oh, you're right. The Rayman series is actually really well done and really fun.
The Rayman series has taken the Sonic torch.
That's true. It's a great,
fucking awesome. Mm-hmm. It's gorgeous. It's the 2D really brightly colored sprites on an HD fucking platform. It's awesome. It's wonderful. The music is great. It's funny. Like the characters are actually. It's not like, oh well, there's this bat chick with tits, and then there's this alligator,
and they're on the team.
He like spunks on her tits. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Then there's this bunny, and it's probably pedophilia, but like, I don't fucking know. You don't need that shit. It's Rayman running through this field really quick, and he's doing all these kind of acrobatic jumps. It's 2D platforming. What the fuck? We don't need all this drama shit and characters. Like,
and you know what? No teams in Rayman.
No, there's no teams.
There's no fucking
you jump
teams.
On the shit.
You just jump on the shit and you grab the stuff.
You get to the end level.
No fucking teams. They better not start that Rayman team with. Get on your team. Fuck. Son of
Team Rayman.
Bitch. Team Rayman.
Whose idea was it anyway to give Sonic a fucking story?
I'll punch a baby, I swear to God. I'll find a baby and just punch it. Anyone. Whose idea was it? Probably the developers at Sega.
I don't know if it was I don't really like a lot of these decisions. I don't know if it's the developers or if it's the PR, the people that actually have the control of the money. They're like, we're going to make this game, but we need to have it sell, so we're going to add more characters. You know what people fucking like? Cartoons.
That might be part of it. I think it's. I mean, if it's Japanese developers, I think it's based on. I actually do think it's based on the whole like idol thing. Because the little bit I get of idol stuff from like David and the internet and stuff, it's all about teams with idol.
Oh no! Someone actually mentioned most of the characters was from the Sonic comic.
Why?
There's a comic book around Sonic?
No, there shouldn't be. How would that?
Yeah.
How would that even?
There are Sonic comics.
How would that even be a thing?
Sonic manga?
Does it go really?
Japan? Yeah, they fucking put a manga on that shit.
Does it go really fast? The comic, you have to read it really quick and get all the.
No, you have to catch it.
You have to catch it.
You have to catch it.
You have to catch the comics. Yeah. I do remember there was a comic. I'm sorry. There was a Sonic.
Been going for 13 fucking years.
What, the comic?
Dragon Ball Z?
Jesus Christ. I was just gonna say. I remember. Yeah, I was just gonna say there was a Sonic TV show, like an animated series, and that almost that almost makes sense because you can watch it and it can go quick.
But like with the comic book, like what happens? Sonic runs fast. He wins a race.
It's a very dramatic story about Sonic and Victor the Croc really working out their friendship together. And the problem is that Sonic just goes too fast, and Victor with his little crocodile legs just can't keep up, and he's usually feeling he's left behind. And Sonic is a little self-absorbed.
Well, I'm wondering if Sonic has really rocky relationships with women because he's a little too fast.
He's a rolling stone, is what he is.
Well, yeah. I mean, does he last?
He's really fast.
He's really fast.
He's really fast. Yeah.
I mean, he's
you know why he needs all those rings. They're cock rings, and he puts them on his hedgehog cock, trying to keep from ejaculating.
Like 100 rings. There's just like fucking...
Yeah, he's trying to keep from ejaculating so fast. So he's got to get all the cock rings. Got to get the cock rings. I'm too fast. I need to slow myself down.
That's his problem. He's too fast. He needs to slow down. That's kind of that's really kind of a contra, to the whole Sonic universe. It's very deep mechanics there.
Well, it's meta. It's meta.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Poor Sonic.
Poor Sonic. Takes so much abuse. So how many levels was it? I mean,
I fucking quit that game. I rage quit it.
Oh.
I didn't finish it. Fuck that shit.
I mean, it was 3 hours. You were in it for 3 hours. How much longer could it possibly go for a KINECT game?
I don't know. I played the last level for about an hour. I was just like, I'm done.
Oh, Jesus. Because you kept on failing? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it's because it was just precision turning and racing on a fucking KINECT.
Oh, my God.
Which doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not going to work.
You can the stupid thing is that I did it. I kind of knew the level. I did it the first time, and I was kind of close to beating him. Did the second level. I got a little better. I was kind of close to beating him. Did the last time was really good. Was kind of close to beating him. Mm-hmm. No matter what, even though I was really good at doing it, if I didn't actually do everything flawlessly in the last run. And even just the last lap, it didn't matter. There was 3 laps. If you just don't do it all perfectly in the last lap, you will not win.
That's ridiculous. Because
with a KINECT,
the KINECT doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't fucking listen to you. You cannot steer with this thing. It's just complete and utter bullshit. It's broken as fuck.
Well, they got to do something. That's all I keep saying. Every week you talk about this, and I'm like, "What? The KINECT is such a fucking waste of money, such a travesty." So awful. All right, let's take another caller real quick. This is going to be a caller with the last 4 digits, 3313. This person's been waiting for a little while. Let's see how badly this goes. 3313. You are on cocktail time. Or maybe.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, I was actually on last week. I'm 605.
Oh, it's Liz. I'm going to start remembering people's phone numbers after a while, and then I'll just drunk dial all of our.
I feel bad because I was on last week. I thought somebody else would call in.
There's actually 2 people also besides you. I'm just going by the order when people called in, so. Whoever's been waiting the longest usually is the next one to get on. So I've been doing it.
Okay, so I have just a quick question. Going off of what Bob was experiencing, because I know Bob always drinks a 40
while he's doing the KINECT.
Oh God, that helps.
KINECT experience. It does help. But so I've meditated pretty hard tonight. So I was wondering, is there a game that you've experienced that you enjoyed, or you had a better experience with because you were drinking at the time?
That's probably every single KINECT game you've been playing.
Harry Potter for KINECT was hilarious because I was drunk.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that might be the best one.
Well, it's because I was so drunk I would forget what my character looked like.
And then the cutscene would hit, and then... Yeah.
Exactly.
And then
every time I saw the character, it was like I was seeing it for the first time.
I still go back and I think about that. And that was... We need to get more clips of that up. We have a few, but we need to go through that broadcast and cut out some more stuff because that was something.
It was terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
Yeah. No. Cool. All right. Thanks, Liz.
Yeah. Have a good night.
Later. All right. Let's get the one more caller here. This is going to be last four numbers 6751. Let's see. 6751. You are on Cocktail Time.
Yo.
Yo.
Yo. Sick and chat.
What was your chat name? I'm sorry.
Really sick?
Lunatic?
Really sick.
Yeah. What was what was your question?
I was wondering what you guys think about the whole THQ thing and how those companies are going to handle owning all of their assets and what they're going to do with that.
All right, cool. We'll just hang up. We'll just answer off the with you off the air because it's hard for you to hear us. So you guys get that question about THQ?
Yes.
It's not good for anybody. It's the whole situation really sucks. It's just not a good situation. I especially feel really bad for Vigil, like I said at the beginning of the show, because someone took their IP, they took Darksiders, they bought it, Take-Two did, and didn't want Vigil. It's like I said, it's as if IGN came in, bought 4-player network, but then didn't hire any of us and just put their own people in there to put up the content and stuff like that. So it's kind of a fucking, kick in the ass. What do you guys think? I'm gonna pull up the list of who bought what, but you guys continue.
Well, so they bought because normally what happens with these types of development studios is they oversee an IP. So have a studio that's working on an IP like Vigil with Darksiders, right. And if they get acquired by someone, it's just like another company acquiring someone else. Like they're basically the whole thing was THQ was publishing this studio's IP, and they were kind of the parent company. And this studio wholesale just kind of moved over and is now they're going to be obviously the same location, same offices, same everything, but they're now owned by another company. And it really boils down to how that other company treats them. Yeah. If the other company says, "Oh, we're going to get in your shit. We're going to tell you you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this. It's you have to have multiplayer. It has to have online passes. All this other bullshit." Exactly. Then that can become really negatively affect their product. But if the other company that buys the studio and buys the IP that they're known for, and says, "You're good at this. You do it. We'll publish it. Hands off." Then it's going to be perfectly fine. Yeah. Like it's like as if nothing has changed, or they may even have more freedom than before. I don't know, right? I don't know in THQ's internals. Right. I don't know how hands-on they were. Like it could be that some of these studios had more interference from THQ, and then now after this, they're going to have less interference, and they're going to be able to kind of express themselves more creatively. Yeah. But as far as I know, like THQ's been relatively hands off. Like out of all the publishers, THQ's kind of been the more laissez-faire compared to EA. But Ubisoft's pretty good. But Activision and EA are the two big ones, which are. It seems you always see that kind of money grubbing hand in their products.
Right. Let me go through this because it's actually let me go through this because it's actually pretty interesting what I'm reading here. So, as far as studios go, Sega bought Relic, the developer of Company of Heroes. If you guys remember, we actually did interview and hands-on with Company of Heroes 2, which is currently in development. So, Sega bought them. ZeniMax also bid, but they lost. But they bought them for $26.6 million. Coach Media bought Saints Row developer Volition for $23 million. But they didn't buy Saints Row. The Saints Row IP went to Deep Silver, as you guys saw in our poll running tonight. Ubisoft bought THQ Montreal for $2.5 million. And as we said, Vigil, no one bought them. They are now dead. Now, going on to properties, this is where things get pretty interesting as well. Coach Media bought the Metro property for $5.8 million. So they bought the Metro property and the developer and Volition. Ubisoft bought the rights for South Park for $3.2 million. Take-Two purchased just as new Evolve property. For $11 million. I'm not sure what that is. I thought Take-Two bought Darksiders as well. So this might be a little this might be a little old, this information I'm looking at. But here's interesting. Crytek purchased Homefront.
Homefront, yeah.
For $500,000.
They paid too much for that.
Crytek bought Homefront for $500,000. So, and there were no other bids for Homefront, by the way. So no, actually, Darksiders is still alive. I have to look up who bought Darksiders, but the IP Darksiders, I thought, did get
who bought it?
Get purchased. I thought Take-Two got, but let me look at this other site here real quick. I was pretty positive. I thought that. Let's see. Oh, maybe not. I thought Darksiders was purchased by Take-Two.
And by the way, Coach Media is the people that own Deep Silver.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah, they're the parent.
Oh, okay. They're the parent company. Okay, and they got Metro. And okay, yeah. Gotcha. I thought Darksiders got bought. Actually,
so who? What happens to the Metro team?
Who was that team again?
I'm trying to find out right now. Being published 4A Games.
What is it?
4A Games, developer.
Not listed. So, I don't know.
So what's going to happen with that studio?
But no one has said anything about 4A Games at all. I haven't heard a single thing.
I haven't heard shit about that. Like I've heard that the Coach Media bought the Metro license, but what about the developer?
I don't know. See, that's weird. I thought
they weren't owned by THQ. That's what Sakano was saying.
Right.
Which kind of, I think that makes sense. Like they're just published by THQ.
Mm-hmm.
But does that mean they still have the rights to pushing out Metro Last Light? I think I as much as I've heard, I know Metro Last Light's coming out. I just don't know.
Well, we haven't heard anything.
No,
we haven't heard anything at all. So I think it might be a little too early to say one way or another. But see, that's surprising. I thought Darksiders got bought, like the IP got bought. So it's looking like the Darksiders franchise is completely dead, possibly. Which is
I thought it got bought, but
I thought it did.
Vigil didn't get bought.
No.
Well, yeah, I knew that Vigil didn't get bought, but oh well. I know
Darksiders got bought. I can't remember by who.
Yeah. So according to Sci-Fi Chick, Last Light was removed from GameStop's listings, I believe she said.
It's due out in like a month or two.
Bob, I know you want to think that, but I have a bad feeling. Yeah, unless they get a publisher, it's probably going to delay it by several months, if indefinitely. Yeah, I would say so. So to answer your question, I don't think we feel good about much of this. I think it'll be interesting to see what Deep Silver does with Saints Row. Deep Silver doesn't have really deep pockets, though. Maybe having the Saints Row IP will allow them to capture more capital. That's a big possibility. I think some of that depends on how Dead Island Riptide does. Dead Island was a fairly big success for Deep Silver in relation to other things they put out, I think. But I mean, Riptide is an untested thing, so we'll see. Now, I mean, Saints Row is a big IP. I mean, people are going to be throwing money at that. So, I don't know. We'll see. It's pretty depressing all around, though, to answer your question.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, most of these big publishers that end up buying most of this IP is they're the ones that are going to spend money on IP if they think they can turn it around for $1. And it's whether they give it to a developer or if they're actually a publisher plus developer, and they feel like, oh, I love this IP, I'd love to work on this, I know we can turn it around, make $1 on it, let's get it. It's between that and just like, oh, well, it's just the name, we'll put over, it's fucking, Duke Nukem Forever. They're going to buy Duke Nukem.
Well, the Gearbox did buy Duke Nukem.
Right. And we know how well that went. But with the game, like, if it's, I don't know, it's painful. I think really we're not going to know until we start seeing some of the next titles coming out of these franchises.
Well, I think this is just the beginning part of this news. I think people are going to be starting to make statements as things go on. I think once publishers have bought these IPs or bought these studios, now they have to go into those studios and see exactly where they're at in terms of development, how much money they need to finish out. I think a lot of these, the unfortunate thing is that a lot of these developers, after spending this much money on these studios or these IPs, is they're going to want a fast turnaround to make their money back. And there's a possibility they could be pushing these developers just to get their shit done and out. Yeah. Which could lead to a lot of shoddy product. So.
Or just them canning the product and redoing it.
Or just, or something like that. So, let's take one more caller and then we'll move on. So this is going to be caller last 4 digits of your phone number is 8888. Let's see, this is
4 8s.
4 8s. I know.
That's the best phone number ever.
I know. 8888. You are on Cocktail Time. Or maybe not. They fell asleep. Oh well. All right.
Hello.
No, I just hung up on them.
Oh, you just hung up on them. Oh, God damn it, Joseph.
I thought they weren't coming on, so I hung up. I was like, oh, well, you can't have that much dead air. Call me back.
Hey, call back.
Call us back. We'll get you on. It's a fantastic system we have. I don't know who that was. You gotta be by
system's garbage.
You got it's garbage. I'll fuck you. I love it. Damn thing.
God damn it, Joseph.
Oh well. It might have been Reborn. I think it was Reborn. We just hung up on Reborn. Oh yeah, we just hung up on Reborn. Oh well. Call us back, Reborn. She'll try tomorrow. All right, she's not calling.
No.
There is no cocktail time.
You can call back.
Just call back.
Yeah.
617-500-7147, extension 318. While waiting for Reborn to call back, is there any other games you guys played this week you guys want to talk about?
Yes.
What did you play, Bob?
Dragon's Dogma.
Oh, yes. Dragon's Dogma.
A lot of Dragon's Dogma.
So where are you now in the game?
So I'm so far I've done a couple of quests involving the cult that's eating the dragon.
Right.
Yeah. That's pretty much where I'm at right now in the main storyline. I think last time I talked about this was I had gotten to the point in the main storyline where it was like, hey, you better finish all your quests before moving on this point.
That's where we left off last week when you were talking about that.
Turns out that doesn't fucking matter.
Oh, okay.
All my quests are still there.
Okay, well, maybe even like the little piddly side quest stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well,
yeah. Everything I had stayed there.
They were damn liars. Because when I got that message, I spent a lot of time going around cleaning up my fucking quest book.
Exactly. Like, that's what I thought. I was like, I'm going to have to fucking go around and kill these snakes and kill these fucking bats and kill all these skeleton magi and try to get all these secret tokens. And I was like, well, I was like, well, you know what? Some of these are just worth money, and I really don't care about money at this point because money is ridiculous. So I can just get where the fuck I want. And then I go up there and I'm like, all right, whatever, let's move on to the next portion of the game. And it's like, okay, you keep your quests.
Mm-hmm.
I think it just means if you're doing an escort quest or something like that. If you're doing a quest that has you actively doing.
Oh, that would make sense because the like villagers would be in different places and stuff.
Right, yeah. So it's like I think when I last left off, I was also talking about how weak I felt like the mage character was.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I switched back from the Mystic Knight to Sorcerer. Mm-hmm. And I've been leveling up the Sorcerer. I'm almost maxed in that vocation.
Right.
Holy fuck, do I do a lot of damage?
Are you bringing down? Are you bringing down the pain? Yeah.
I've got the higher level of all the spells, and it's just ridiculous. Speaking
of bringing down the pain, Reborn is back on the line.
Oh, nice.
Here, so hey, Reborn, you're back on.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hello.
I see you remembered your phone. You remembered your phone this time.
Well, actually, I'm using Gmail to call because I figured my cell phone would just die.
Uh-huh.
But hello.
Hello.
How's everyone?
I'm good. How are you?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm fine. I have social phobia, so I might freak out.
You have social phobia?
So here's my question for all. Yes, social phobia.
Okay.
I have a question for all three of you that's extremely lighthearted.
Okay.
If you had an infinite amount of money dedicated solely to cosplaying, who would you be for that franchise?
So if we had an unlimited amount of money devoted simply to cosplaying, who would we be?
Inspired by sci-fi, by the way.
Oh, inspired by what?
Inspired by sci-fi, because she's going to be cosplaying as Bayonetta.
Oh, you were inspired by sci-fi. I've never been a big cosplayer myself. I know that might be a surprise to some people. Bob is really the cosplayer amongst us because every other week he's cosplaying as a different video game character or something.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, I mean he just did Sonic cosplay.
Yep.
Bob, you should be taking pictures of yourself every week and start a Tumblr called badcosplay.tumblr.com.
No.
I think that would be good.
Most of the time when I see his cast, I always screen cap him acting silly.
Oh, the screen capping is solid gold. It is solid gold. God, who would I be if I had unlimited money and could cosplay anybody? Unlimited money. That's I mean, you can just sort of shoot yourself out into space, and then do like a Picard thing on the actual space station. If you had an unlimited amount of money, I mean, you can do something crazy like that. Unlimited that buys a lot of cardboard and felt. Unlimited amount of money.
Oh yeah, that's the point.
Yeah. Because
what else are we supposed to do with that kind of money?
I don't know, Jeff. Who would you? I mean, I don't think you're really a cosplayer either.
Oh God, it's terrible.
You know what I would buy? I'll tell you what I would do. I'll tell you what I would do. I would buy a really high quality stormtrooper outfit.
Ooh,
like a really high quality one that has even the little vocal thing in there, so when you speak, it sort of robots your voice a little bit.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, exactly. I would buy one of those and those can run you like a good $5,000 for the really really nice.
Well, Joseph, you're a little short for a stormtrooper, aren't you?
That's it's totally from Star Wars. I was waiting for that to come. Waiting for that to happen. All right. Well, thanks, Reborn.
I would.
Yeah.
Later.
Have a good night, everyone.
Thanks.
I know what I would be. I would dress up as a chocobo and let all the little children ride on my back.
A chocobo? Oh, what?
I would be a chocobo.
Isn't it? Wait, hold on.
Children can ride on my back.
Isn't it chocobo?
Well, it depends on how you pronounce it.
I never heard it pronounced
chocobo.
No, it's chocobo.
Potato.
Chocobo.
Garbage.
I came from Chocobo. I used to live in New York, and then I moved to Chocobo. I was thinking about going to San Francisco, but I love Chicago. Chicago, Chicago. Oh man.
Wait. Cosplays. Oh man, I would probably go for something. If I had an infinite amount of money, I would definitely go for something that has just a ridiculous amount of metal in it. Ooh, the Dobican. Yo, you can go with the oh man, a fucking Daedric armor and
well, somebody did that. Did you see the picture of that?
Yeah, that's what I thought of is just the full on Daedric armor, or have the dragon bone armor.
Oh yeah. That
real dragon because I can afford it.
Yeah. I didn't see I didn't know what the Daedric armor was made of. Do you know? Probably
epoxy or some kind of a.
It has to be light. I mean, you know what you can get? You can actually get the foam blocks and then just carve them into whatever shape you want and paint them, and they'd be totally light. I mean, that's what they use for like movie sets and stuff. They just use these blocks of foam that are all glued together, and then they carve them down like you would a statue.
Holy shit! I'm looking at this armor, and holy fuck!
It's pretty amazing.
Is it luminescent?
I think it might have lights in it.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, no, it's pretty amazing.
It looks like there might be some light glowing underneath that shit.
I can imagine there would be.
Holy fuck! That is some awesome shit.
Yeah, people go all out, man. I see. I do love Halloween. I just never really got into the whole cosplay thing, but I can imagine it being pretty fun.
Yeah, the only other thing I do is from Dark Souls, because I fucking love Dark Souls. Mm-hmm. I would cosplay as the deprived class.
Oh, I don't even recall what that one looks like.
Cosplaying is great, dude. It's another Halloween to dress up as, and girls can dress up all sexy, and guys can dress up like nerds.
Yeah, I would never complain about either of those things. I'm certainly glad it exists. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So the deprived class starts with a loincloth, a plank shield, and a club.
Oh, okay. I know the one you're talking about. Yes, I have seen that. That you're really, the point of this question is you have unlimited money.
Well, and I got the loincloth, and I need like maybe 5 2x4s for the shield.
That might be a lot.
Yeah, and then I need a large stick.
A large stick, and you never know how long it's going to take you to find that.
Oh yeah, and then I need a personal trainer, because I'm not going to fucking go out there just as my flabby ass self. So that's going to cost money.
Right, you need to lose a lot of weight. And the
protein powder,
right?
The vitamins. I mean, really, there's a lot of investment in this.
That's true. If you want to do it right, and then of course, if I remember correctly, that class is very tanned. So the tanning booths you'll have to go to.
Absolutely. I might have to go out to some tropical island.
Oh, you'd have to go to Hawaii.
You really, you can't fake this shit. You don't want to have artificial tan.
You have to do it right, and then
you got to do it right.
And to get your stance right, you have to battle hobos.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, I mean, you are going to need to know how to parry. And the only way you can actually parry is with real life experience against hobos with bottles.
Hand to hobo combat. That's what they call it. So,
a hobo what?
Hand to hobo combat.
Oh, hand to hobo combat.
Hand to hobo. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. So you're still liking Dragon's Dogma then? I'm presuming.
Yeah, no, it's.
What level are you, by the way?
30 something now.
Okay, yeah.
I think Bella is in the 50s.
Yeah, I just played some more the other day, and we dinged to 52.
Nice, yeah. I'm still using Bella. She's my tank.
Yeah, me and Bella, we dinged at the same time. It was very.
I was very.
It's very passionate.
You had a moment.
Yeah, it was very passionate.
Yeah, me and Tiny Tim ding around at the same time. We're trying to time it right, so that we can really have that synchronization,
right?
So that it's just, and then we're both just
it's about
basking in the afterglow of the ding.
It's about the rhythm of your strikes. You have to get that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you need to get it just right at the same. You need to pace yourself,
Right.
So you're just killing dudes, and then it's just climaxed to the point of ding.
Right.
Yeah. Really. It's like a ballet.
It is like a ballet.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Dark Souls is like a ballet.
There's a lot of coordination.
That's true.
Yeah, a lot of sweat
and
heavy breathing
and tears.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, if you guys have nothing else to add, I think we're good for tonight.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching at home over at 4pp.tv. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Jeff, for being on tonight. Make sure everyone checks out the main website at 4playernetwork.com.
Actually, we didn't read the results.
Oh, we got to read the results. Post that link one more time in chat, Bob. We got to read the results of the poll. Hold on, it's coming.
I just thought about it.
It's coming up.
Shit.
We need big notes for ourselves. Here it is. Okay, so the results of the poll. That's the wrong poll, Bob. That's the wrong poll. That's the wrong one.
Which one did I put?
You put the wrong poll in the chat.
God damn it! Did I put the wrong? What should the first poll be? I have too many polls open.
That's the wrong poll. There we go. So the winner is actually everyone can just click on it themselves. So the question was, how do you feel about Deep Silver obtaining the rights to Saints Row? And 27 of you have no idea. So I'm glad a lot of you are thoughtful. Such thoughtful chatters we have. 5 votes for great and 8 votes for terrible. So people that have no idea think it's a bad idea. They think that Saints Row and Deep Silver getting together is not a good fit. But we'll see. I'm kind of on the no idea phase, but like I said, I wish Deep Silver had some deeper pockets. Deep Silver's pockets are not really deep or filled with silver, let's just say. But all right. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching over at home at 4pp.tv. Stick around because Brad is going to be taking over as soon as we cut it. Like I said, make sure you check out the main website at 4playernetwork.com. Leave us comments, and please, if you like what we're doing here, subscribe. It helps us out a lot, keeps our lights on and doors open, and we will see you next week.